What's going on, slave tards? Today you're getting a twofer. I'm going to talk about world events, the global economy, and Trump in this video. And I'm going to start out by saying that I served in the Marine Corps and I love my country, America, but we look so weak right now. I've never seen America look weaker, right? And I think we have a very weak president. The only way I think we would have had a weaker president is if Kamala Harris got, elected. But we look so weak right now. We look so weak. I think Trump has no backbone. I think he's spineless, idiot who only cares about his, crypto empire and making billions off of, Ponzi scheme digital currency scams, On the back end, what he's doing is chaotic at best, right? You may say just outright insane, and you can definitely say he's super weak. Trump is a weak president. He's a weak sauce, right? Our enemies are laughing at us, right? And his all over the place, on again, off again, chaotic, weak looking, tariff policies, right? I mean, we got little puny countries like Ukraine that nobody really cares about. I don't understand why we care about Ukraine, right? They used to be Russia. They can be Russia again. I don't really care, They're not going, Putin and Russia are not attacking the European Union and our allies in starting World War III. He can have Ukraine, right? But we have that country who we've given hundreds of billions of dollars just smiting us in the Oval Office, just, smacking us down. And then you have Trump and Vance going over the top, trying to talk him down, everything like that. They look weak. The president looks weak. The fact that happened, right, in front of the media makes us look so weak, right? And it's only because Trump doesn't have any policies, right? One day it's this, one day it's that, and he's spineless, right? He couldn't say, we're going to do 25% or whatever the tariffs he came out with when he had that card and said, this is what they've been doing to us and we're going to do this and, we should be more, but this is what we're going to put on in the world. Like stocks started, if he had any backbone, he would just stick to that. Say, this is what it's going to be. They come running to him, right? Because we're the fat Americans who consume everything, right? Without our consumption, the world doesn't have an economy, right? But we're looking weak to our enemies because we're running up huge deficits. We're printing money. Nobody wants our debt, right? They see a wounded dog, right? I mean, they see a wounded animal. They're on the prowl. And now I read today that Putin is launching his largest attack against Ukraine ever, which who cares, but they're like, that looks weak on America. But America's not going to do anything. He's right. America's not going up against Russia over Ukraine. It's not going to happen. But the world is the scariest place I've ever seen it because we have the weakest president, right? He's out there having crypto dinners and catering to the crypto industry because he's got meme coins and his kids are all invested in it. And, it's all about the dollar bills, y'all, for Trump. He doesn't care about America. You see on Fox News and the press secretary talking about, he wakes up every day. No, he wakes up every day thinking about himself. And all you have to do to get proof of that is listen to the guy talk, right? He doesn't care about anybody but himself. And I was warned about him. You know, I voted for him the first time too. And I don't think he did a horrible job his first presidency. But I was warned about him this time. And he seems like he's off his freaking rocker, right? He's off his rocker. I know it's not been very long, but who here on YouTube is paying less for stuff now than ever before? He's not done anything for you, right? Your healthcare is not any cheaper. Gas is not any cheaper. Eggs might have come down a little bit, but that's nothing because of Trump, right? Like, he'll take credit for it though. Anything good, he'll take credit for it. Anything bad, it's not his fault. And he's just, Trump is one of the best politicians of all time. You know, that's what they do is just snake people, right? Like, I've never been more afraid for our standard of living and for America than right now. Like I saw, you know, you saw the AI created Chinese image where it had like a fat American in like a roller, you know, in an iPhone factory or whatever, you know, like making iPhones as a joke, like, yeah, Americans are going to do that. And, you know, it was right on, to tell you the truth. They see blood, right? They see blood. They're like, oh, if you want to like throw huge tariffs on us when we make all the goods that you consume, you're either going to pay huge amounts for those goods you consume, or you're going to be making them at home. And there, you know, the fat, like diabetic, like lazy. The fun thing is they don't understand is a lot of America is not like that. A lot of America is like waking up and like getting healthier and, you know, starting to follow stuff. Like that's why Bitcoin's got blew up. It's people that don't know any better is like, oh yeah, this solves all that problem, you know. Like people who trust in the computer world so much that they, you know, their whole life because that's what they've lived in. Like you don't understand. We, my generation, I'm over 50. My generation, we lived in a time without computers, right? So my generation understands that the world is not a better place. But if you only lived in a world where you had computer systems and you relied on them all the time, then it's the best thing ever, right? So that's where we're at. Just another video. Peace.